Hey, what's up guys? Tobin here, 5M Family Homestead Channel. Today, I'm gonna make a quick video to show y'all how to mount a skull mount onto a wall pedestal. Wall pedestal, if you don't know, is hanging on the wall behind me right there. It has a back plate and then a little piece in between, and then this piece sticks off at an angle off the wall. They're very good for displaying skulls. I highly recommend them to our customers. This one is a cedar cut, and any of the colors that we can get, black walnut, dark oak, mesquite, all of them look great. This cedar is a really good cut, and it's kind of confusing how to actually get the head on there and put the whole thing together. If you've never done it before, it can definitely be kind of a head scratcher as how to do it. So I put the plaque together first to show y'all, then I'm going to take it apart and we're going to mount a whitetail skull onto it, and I'll show you how to do it. So the current situation in our shop right now, this is the middle of the week, and this is our day to mount all of our heads that we've done in the week on plaques. If you're new to our channel, we have a homesteading channel, but we also own a part-time taxidermy business where we do skull mounts or European mounts. And my wife, Shanna, my beautiful assistant, is in here helping me. She works at the business basically full-time this time of year. We have a helper that works a few days a week, and it is 2 days before Christmas, and we're trying to get these wrapped up so we can take them and drop them off to our customer tomorrow. And then we're not going to work for a few days. We've worked a lot here lately. So I don't know if you can see behind me, there's deer heads there, there's deer heads all there, all back there behind Shanna, and some of those, I don't know how many are going to be mounted on plaques or pedestals. Or we also have a pedestal like this that has a Texas behind it or an Oklahoma behind it. We'll be mounting some of those today. So anyway, I'm gonna hand the camera over to Shanna. I'm gonna show y'all, and she's gonna video me, and I'm gonna show y'all how I do it real quick. All right, here's a side view of that wall pedestal. So from the back side, on the back plate, there's a screw that goes from the back side to this middle piece, and then there's a screw on the front side that goes in as well. We order these pre-cut. All the holes are pre-cut, and this middle piece actually has a recessed part that these screws thread into. So I didn't do that part of it. So I'm gonna take it all apart, and then we're gonna mount that head on there, and we'll show you what it looks like. You can see this has little recessed threads. So first thing we have to do is line up where we're going to mount the head onto the main faceplate. So first what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip this head over, and I'm going to draw a line right here. And then I'm going to drill a hole right in the middle of that line right there. And that's where, then once we get that, we'll line it up on the plaque, and then we'll drill a hole on the plaque where it needs to go. Always make sure, I don't really worry about the size of the bits. I always just make sure that it's smaller than the screw I'm using. So, let me see here. So if you can see that bit's smaller than the screw, so that'll work. I'm gonna drill a hole right here. Okay. Now y'all may ask what the line is for. For this step, I put the head on the plaque and I get it where I want it, up and down. I'm not too concerned about left to right. I'm worried about up and down where I want it at. When I get it where I think I want it, I can see that line that I already drew, and I just drop my pencil down and draw another line right here. Now, is I have that line this way. I know that's how high I want the head to be. So then I find the middle, usually off of this hole by looking up here, and I'll draw a line across. See, that looks pretty much in the center, and that's where I'm going to drill my hole at. I'm going to switch out to a little bit bigger bit for that hole, because when this screw goes through, you can see there's no thread on it right here, so that all it needs to do is just go through there freely, and then it's going to grip into the skull and hold it against the faceplate. All right.
That smells so good.
The cedar?
Yeah.
Now, if we were going to just mount the head on this plate, then we would just mount it on there and go through it. And go through it with a screw, and that would be it. But since we're doing it on the pedestal, we have to put this on there first. If you were to mount the head on there like this, without putting this piece on there first, you would have no way to put the screw in through the front right here. Does that make sense?
Yeah, so there is on the pedestals, there is an order you have to follow to be able to put it on there.
Yes, and the order is to get your holes done for your head and your faceplate, then put this piece on there. So,
is there a way that goes to?
yeah, so you don't want to do it like this, because that would make it where it's tilted down. So you want it the angle like this, where it's pitched up. Yep. On this part, you want to get this really, really tight, because it's going to want to move a little bit. And once the head's on there, you can't get to the screw.
So you just hand tightened it with a screwdriver.
Screwdriver. Now, the key is if you were doing this yourself on a different kind of plaque, you got to have this screw hole down low enough so that you have, like right here, when this screw goes into the back, you can see that I can get my drill to it easily. If this piece was up higher and the hole closer to this hole, you wouldn't be able to get your drill to the screw. So you got to make sure those two holes are far enough apart. These, like I said, these come pre-drilled, so I don't have to worry about that. But if you were going to do it yourself, that's definitely something you would have to consider, is keeping those two holes far enough apart that this top hole, you can get to it to screw the skull on with your drill. I'll show you what I mean by that. So I'm going to turn the head over and get it where the nose is right on the edge of the table. And then I'm going to start this screw. This.
Well, hold on. So a little bit's out, just so they see that that way they can get it onto the...
I got just enough out. I've done this enough times. I know how much to put through there, but I got just enough out that about that much of the screw is going to hit that hole and line it up for me. Just like that. Now, like I said, if this piece was up higher, I would not be able to get my drill on there like this, but I can. So now all I'm going to do is, it is not snug down tight, but it's enough to see. And I'm going to flip it over. As you can see, it's not centered, right?
Right.
So all I'm going to do is pick up on the skull enough to move it where the teeth don't scrape. If you just take this thing and just slide it over, it's going to scrape and it's going to leave holes, or not holes, it'll leave big scratches there you can see. So, and that can be fixed. I'll show you all how to fix that here in a minute. But so I'll pick it up as best I can.
Not at the nose, because you'll break it. Yeah,
right here. If you pick up right here, you'll break it off. Does that look centered?
Yep.
Looks centered to me. So now I'm going to put it back down the way I had it. And I don't push down when I'm doing this. I always try to let the head just sit there and hold it. So I'm going to put pressure from back here and then hit it with the drill one more time. If you over drill it, it will strip that hole out that you drilled in the skull, and then you're going to have to start over again and drill a new hole in the skull, and then maybe a new hole here as well. So now It is on there, it's squared up, left to right, top to bottom, it's straight. So now all you gotta do, put it back down, and then you go in with this. I already have the screw through like that. I'm gonna go into there. If y'all don't know, if you're new to our channel, we have chickens. We have a little homestead, and I can hear our chickens outside. I don't know what they're doing. Hear them?
Just making noises.
Yeah.
It's almost time to go up for the night, so.
All right, everything's tight. Nothing's moving. Now, if you grab this and move, I mean, try to move it, it'll move. But everything's tight, so that's it.
I'm short enough, this is easy for me.
So if y'all are looking for a cheap way to display your skulls, you're good.
Okay.
I'm trying to tiptoe around all the heads we have on the floor. I will leave a link in the description to the place that we order these plaques from. It's in Wichita Falls, Texas, which is about an hour and a half from our house. They have free delivery, and we order 99% of our plaques from this place.
It's a family owned and operated.
Yeah, small family owned operated business, and it's a great, beautiful product. These right here are about $45, depending, maybe a few dollars difference depending on what kind of what colors you get. And like I said, they all come pre-drilled with everything you need. Screws, everything, mounting hardware, all that stuff. So you just mount your head on there and you're ready to go. So. Yeah. Guys, if y'all haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. We're going to continue to bring y'all some taxidermy related videos, especially this time of year. And then getting into the spring, we'll be doing our normal stuff, fishing and taking care of our chickens and just doing what we're doing around the homestead. And so yeah, if y'all would, please hit that subscribe button, leave us a comment, let us know what you think, and we'll see y'all again.